Video game writers. I'm going to be honest. I got a lot of blockages with this, and this is probably more on my end. I'm not very well versed in the video game industry. However, with that being said, I do feel like my cards picked up on the SAG strike that's going on right now against video games. So I know that you're the writer, so you might actually be feeling a little bit of heat from that. And so if you can comment or email me or whatever, if any of this resonates, I would be very much so helpful to see if I'm even on the right track. Because there are two cards that I am not quite sure what they're telling me, and I'm confused by them, and I would like to get a little bit more clarity on that. To begin, I pulled 10 cards, and 7 of them are reversed. A reversed card is blocked, delayed, healing, or internal energy. There's a lot of blockages. I don't know if the blockages are from work. I don't know if the blockages are from you because you're scared. There's just, I think it feels like chaos, but the card that I'm looking at doesn't show chaos, and I'm not sure why. With the 10 of Cups, it's emotional completion, emotional satisfaction. Feel like that was probably prior to the strike or just prior to the strike, because it's also not reversed. So I feel like it's just something that just ended, which makes sense because the strike just started happening. We have the Three of Cups in reverse, though, and this is like an impromptu celebration. I like to think of it as like drinks after work kind of a thing, just kind of hanging out with coworkers, maybe hanging out with friends. I wonder if people are starting to pull back because they don't really, because the SAG and the writer's strike just kind of did a number on us. So I'm kind of wondering if some of the video game people are actually starting to kind of pull back from that as well. You have the Lovers here. The Lovers is more about dedication. So I feel like there's probably projects that some companies are not putting forward because they're not dedicated to it right now because they don't know what the outcome of the strike is going to be. The Six of Pentacles is in reverse. That is an exchange of energy, usually a happy exchange of energy, but with it being reversed, it seems like it's delayed. There's no exchange of energy happening. We do have the Hermit in reverse. Usually the Hermit in reverse means actually going out in public. I kind of feel like this has to do with more of the picketing lines. I feel like this is more of the people who are actually going out and doing something about it, or speaking about it. You have the Nine of Cups in reverse, which is the wish card, so there's no wishes being granted right now. The Three of Wands is about showing or seeing the fruits of your labor actually coming to pass, but it's reversed. So it's like there's no jobs. There's nothing, there's no a continuation of what you put out into the world at the moment. This is one of the cards that I'm a little confused about. It's the Eight of Pentacles. A lot of people say that it's the apprentice card, learning from someone better. I personally like to think of it more as a perfected skill. The Three of Pentacles is about teamwork or building of a new skill. The Eight is the building of that. And so this seems more like perfection to me, but I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what it's telling me about the video game industry. So if anybody can offer me some clarity on that, that would be helpful to me to even know what kind of track I'm even on or what my tarot cards are picking up. We have the Four of Wands in reverse, which is also, again, with the Three of Cups in reverse, there's no planned celebrations. There's no stability right now. There's no reason to like make plans in order to celebrate something. And the last card that's at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. This is usually about fast movement, you not being able to keep up. I kind of thought this was at first like the people picketing, going to all the different places to picket. Another thing that was kind of coming to me with this card is that maybe the video game industry will bounce back faster than the TV and film industry did. So you might want to write your video game stuff as much as possible so that when the strike is over, you can catch up. It could be that, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm at a loss a little bit and I'm confused myself. See, even tarot readers get confused sometimes, but I'm also not versed in the industry, so it kind of makes sense. The numbers that you're probably going to want to pay attention to are 10, 3, 6, 6, 9, 9, 3, 8, 4, and 8. If you add all those up, they equal 66, and 6 plus 6 equals 12 in the major arcana, which is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man usually means taking a pause. So there could be some energies that my tarot cards are picking up that are just unclear at the moment. So that might be just something to take into consideration with that. And also telling you to take a pause as well. Recognize what you have right now, maybe take stock of what you have, get a little bit more organized before you start making moves and making going places to pick it or whatever, or even just to prepare about what might come later. If you do want to take that a little bit further, you could do 1 + 2 is the which equals 3, which is the Empress card. The Empress is the mother of the tarot. And what are mothers traditionally? They are patient, caring, loving. She's usually shown as pregnant, so it's more of like gestation, allowing things to grow in a slow amount of time. So I would advise you to try to be patient with this strike as much as possible, and probably maybe even figure out some self-care situations and maybe even look at some other ways to make money while the strike is going on if this is your bread and butter. Elementally wise, we have earth, air, fire, and water. Earth is your most prominent element, so you're very grounded. It feels like you're kind of prepared for the strike. It almost feels like you knew it was coming. Your weakest element is air. So I'm going to advise you to pay attention to Mercury and Gemini because that was also the Lover's card. You really want to make sure what you're dedicating yourself to at this time and make sure that you could be even dedicating your time to yourself right now. You might need to do some self-care along with that Empress and also remember the Hanged Man. Just remember to take a little bit of a pause and don't make any big plans right now. The colors that you probably want to pay attention to are light purple and white. I do pull 3 extra cards for you, and the first one is Giraffe. Well, now this card makes a lot more sense now that I'm looking at it, but you've got Injustice. And then we've got write a historical event from the point of view of multiple groups, including those who benefited from the outcome and those who didn't. So I hope that kind of made sense. Again, I'm not really versed in the video game industry. However, I do feel like there are a lot of blockages, probably because of this strike, and you might want to just take a moment to prepare yourself for what might come later. So hi, I'm Chris, and my expertise helps screenwriters and authors complete 3 to 8 projects in less than a year using tarot cards. Video games are a little bit off from what I do, but I'm trying to expand and see what my practice who else my practice can help. I do believe that when writers use the images of tarot cards, they can get more immersed into their story, so that by the time the story reaches their reader's hands, or I guess in this case the player's hands, the story is just so much more rich and the players just won't want to stop playing. If you would like to explore about to use tarot cards to advance your writing career or advance your creative ideas, I have 2 options for you. The first one, if you go to the link in my profile, there is a button there that's going to take you to a free 15-minute exercise. Within that free 15-minute exercise, I'm going to guide you on how to write a story, a beginning, a middle, and end using tarot cards and your intuition. Your second option is I'd like to invite you to the Flow Your Mojo community. To be honest, the Flow Your Mojo community is more geared towards screenwriters and fiction authors in order to use tarot cards to complete their projects. However, like I've said before, I am trying to see if I can expand my practice and see who else I can help. Within that community, I am offering write-ins, support, discounted tarot readings, and some writing prompts every week. The first prompt that I provide is a writing prompt that's more of a collective prompt for the group. It's every week, and the writers get to use that prompt to discover what energies are against them, what energies are for them, what energies can help them move their project forward. The second prompt that I'm providing is through the Save the Cat beat sheet. For those of you who don't know what Save the Cat is, it's actually a writing structure very similar to the hero's journey, but it's actually really different. What I've done is I've taken the Save the Cat beat sheet and created my own tarot spread. So every week we're going to go through one beat of that beat sheet with a tarot card. And by the end of the tarot spread, a complete story will be written. Whether that's new, whether that's a story in your arsenal from the folder labeled I'll get to one day, or a story that you're working on right now. I do hope that you'll at least take a look at what I'm offering and what I have to offer, as I would like to help you in your career, move it forward, and help you with your writing journey. If you have made it this far in the video, I would like to thank you for your time. I'd also like to remind you that if you are in the video game industry and some of these cards are processing in different ways, can you please reach out to me so that I know if I'm on the right track or if I was off? I'm not, again, I'm not well versed in the video game industry, so I'm not entirely sure what messages I was getting. I just got a lot of blockages, mostly. With that, I would like to invite you to like, subscribe, follow, and share, and I will see you guys in the next one.